Hello to my Leo Sun Libra Rising people. Hope you're all having a fantastic month so far. This is going to be a 12-month reading so essentially the next year until it'll encompass August through July. What tarot messages are there for you for the next year? What can you expect as we move forward? As a Libra rising, your sun that means typically that your sun is going to be in the 11th house, in most cases. And the 11th house is a lot about your social life, social media even a bit, your friends, and the people you like to hang out with, and how you communicate and interact with them. But as a Libra rising, you often may come off as a very balanced. You want everybody to have a good time. Sometimes you act as the mediator. But with that Leo sun, you can also get pretty fixed and stubborn on some of your opinions, even though you want to pacify everyone or you want to make sure everybody's having a good time. You do stand firm in your beliefs sometimes on social media or your opinions about it. And that's just what's coming through. I didn't know that's what I was going to say, so I do read intuitively. Okay, let's see what we have for you for the next year. So, Two of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Tower. So this is the next 3 months. I do these about a quarter at a time. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and Three of Cups. Then we have the Five of Pentacles, the Sun, Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Now look at the bottom of the deck to get your overall energy for the year. And we have the Two of Wands. So to me, overall, it looks like you have a lot of decisions to make over this next year. Some of them will not be easy decisions, because you're going to have to make solid choices, and it feels like you're going to have to choose the people who are going to support you and leave behind the people that you thought would be there to support you but may not always be. Two of Wands, though, and that's what I'm getting from looking at the whole thing. The Two of Wands for the back of the deck, you may be planning some sort of big trip. Maybe you're planning on traveling over the next year, but you're daydreaming about or looking for that next opportunity to manifest something big, some change for yourself. Wands are a fire element, so they're quick acting. And they're also creative, so you may be coming up with creative ideas and ways that you can make it happen. You may be considering all those possibilities over this next year. I do feel like it's a travel theme a little bit. There's some big trip you'd like to fit in to your plans in this next year, and you're trying to figure out how you can make that happen. So let's look here at the next 3 months. We have the Two of Swords for August, the Ace of Pentacles for September, and the Tower for October. So it looks like right now, at least for August, you're struggling with a decision that you have to make, right? You don't have all the facts on either side. You don't know exactly how either of them are going to turn out, but it's a decision you have to make. And you have to go one way or the other. Neither one of them is necessarily the wrong decision, so you need to try to look inward more and trust your intuition on this, and trust maybe your heart energy or where your heart is tugging you to. And in some cases, you can even use your body a little bit as an indicator of which decision you should make. Your body will tell you usually. So that's what's going on for August. Not an easy decision, but a decision nonetheless that you have to make. And we even have this here, I think, to me, looks a lot like the scales, which align with the Libra sign. And swords are about air and communication, the intellect, words. So I don't know if there's something you need to say, or it's some sort of intellectual decision in a bit of a way that you have to make. And there are pros and cons for both sides. Neither one is better. Like I said, it's a tough choice to make, but you're going to have to make a choice by the end of the August. And I would recommend that you look inward or trust your intuition a bit. Have that lend or clue you in as to which one might be the right one for right now. And then we come up into September where we have the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are that initiating, inspiring, that's that initial planting of that seed or the idea that comes up. Pentacles have to do with material things. So it could be as simple as starting a savings account with $5 just to kick it off. And then you build up a habit of always adding to it. It could be you're looking at a new career, a new way of making money to bring in abundance. You have a lot of ideas and you're being inspired to go down a certain path or at least consider them. Or maybe you're just brainstorming in September on different things that you want to do to bring in more income or change your situation, your living situation. That's what I'm seeing for September for you. Is being inspired, and I think it is a lot of brainstorming. You know that you want to go. You know you want to make a move in one of these areas. So now you got to come up with a bunch of different options and see how you want to approach it. And the reason you know you want to make a change is here we have the Tower in October. The Tower is usually a big, sudden event. You cannot avoid it. It's happening, and it's going to basically crumble everything around you or everything in that situation all the way down to the foundation. The positive of it is that then you can rebuild from there into something that's more stable, more sustainable for you. But you're going to have to go through this Tower moment in October, and you're going to need to lean on some friends or some people. And that might have to do with this whole decision here. You may have an inkling that this is going to be happening. And that might be where this choice here is just as to which way the Tower is going to topple, if you will. And then knowing that it's coming, what are your options? You're already planning probably, and this even plays into that, planning for what you want to do after that. Thinking of the possibilities, what can I do, getting a plan in place kind of thing in order to manage the outcome of that. Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to keep my voice in check here. This Tower moment, it feels like you can sense that it's coming, which is where you're having trouble making a decision here. You need to pick one way or the other, and that may determine which way or what direction or how you need to prepare for this Tower moment that you can feel is coming up. And it's not avoidable. It will happen. It's just, and it will be quick once it goes. It's going to just crumble all at once. So I think you see this coming. I think you feel this coming. You know you have to make a decision and you have to come up with some new ideas on either a new job or supplemental income in order to help you get through it or get past it to the other side. But the positive side, again, of a Tower moment is that you have the opportunity to rebuild from scratch, to become what you want to be, to go where you want to go and do what you want to do, essentially. There are many, many options this opens up because now you're forced, in a way, to make those new decisions and to go different ways, which in the end is a positive for you. Even though it may not feel it at the time, it may not feel like it right now. And then we move into November, December, and January. And in November, just the next month after the Tower, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And I mean, planting them here so you know something's coming up. You're preparing. And it looks like you're in a good place after this Tower moment because you were able to plan for it. You were able to make plans or arrangements in case of. And you're able to follow through on those plans. The Queen of Pentacles is very secure in where she's at. She's very secure on where things are coming from, her sources of abundance. where she's staying, where she's sleeping, where she's working. She has complete confidence that abundance flows to her freely, that every dollar she spends comes back times 3 kind of energy. She knows that she will be okay, and she's very comfortable and very happy where she's at in her circumstances. I love this card in this deck. And then we have the 5 of Cups for December. Now, cups are about emotions and intuitions. And this card, I'm feeling, is a lot more about the emotions. And this may be referring back to this tower moment, this change that you had to go through. Because 5s are also about challenges, things that force us to make a change or recognize a change, but they're not as hard or abrupt as the tower. So for the 5 of Cups, this is you probably looking back on some things that you lost or that you still need to let go of. And you keep trying to hold on to them. And you need to let go of them so that you can move forward. You need to look at what you do have, the cups that are not broken, the cups that are full. You need to pay attention to those because that's what's going to get you through. That's what's going to help you move on into the future. The things that are broken or spilt, they can no longer help you. They're no longer part of your path. And you're going through the process of grieving some of that and knowing that you have to let go of those emotional attachments that are no longer serving you or the other side. It's just time to move on, and that's okay. And you will be okay. Because here, next card for January, we have the 3 of Cups, which is a community card, which is very good for you with your Libra Rising and your Leo Sun in the 11th house, which is the house of that social, the community. So this is essentially you out with friends, having a good time, celebrating together, and leaning on each other when you do struggle, right? You have this core group of people that you can depend on, that depend on each other. And you know that you have a place to land, a place, people to celebrate with, people who get you, and you get them. So know that you'll have this group, and in January, it looks like you're all getting together and doing a lot of things together in January, and this may even be part of a new group that you're associated with in January. This feels like you're moving around and you happen to come across. So some of you may already have this really tight group of friends. Others may be coming and discovering this group of people in January that you're going to really connect with and want to hang out with and learn more about each other and establish a deeper connection in January. Okay, now we're coming up onto March, April, and May. And here February, March, and April. Oh my goodness, I got this. We're coming up on February, March, and April. In February, you may be feeling left out of something or like you're missing a piece or a key part of a puzzle. And you need to recognize that help is available for you, that it's there. You have the key. The key is right there. You just need to, again, it's a 5 too, right? And this is about material things, about work, about physical things. You need to just keep your eyes and your heart open to the possibilities and understand that if you do get into this mood, it's a mood kind of thing for you. If you do get into this mood, reach out to your people. This is what this represents, right? This door, you just have to open the door and let them in, right? The key is right there. You are not alone. You are not trapped. It's just a feeling you have. And for a lot of society, it's that place of lack that we come from, where we feel like we don't have enough and we can't get enough. That just breeds more of that over and over, that continuous thing. It breeds more, right? You put that out in the universe, so the universe gives you more because it thinks that is what you want. So you need to turn and work on it. It's not an overnight process, right? But you need to recognize when you're in one of those funks, when you're in one of those moods, and reach out for help, especially you with your friends, because you have such a great connection. All you have to do is open the door. So in February, and it could be that, again, this is all related to this other stuff that has happened to you this year, reach out for help. Say, hey, I need a night out, or can you all come over to my place and hang out? I need some support. And they'll be there for you. But you have to recognize it, and you have to step into that role of acceptance. And I feel like you will, because look, now we have the sun for March. So it's not just spring in March for you. It is a time of joy, of pure happiness, of things going right and going well. You're turned the corner from all of this drama and stuff that's been happening, and finding these new people and this new life for you. And now you're turning this corner. You're recognizing when you do need to ask for help, when you do need to get support. And that just, it opens the floodgates for you, if you will. It really opens your heart so that you can feel those relationships. You can feel those connections and the joy and the light that they bring, and the joy and the light that you in turn bring to them. Because when you're shining bright, especially as a Leo, you can light up the room and you can attract more to you, more of that light to you, right? It wants to find you and it wants to see you. Especially the sun is your ruling planet. So you are going to be in your element. And this even reminds me a little bit of a lion's mane around here. It really feels like in March, you've hit your stride. You're exactly where you're supposed to be with the people you're supposed to be, and you're hitting your stride. The sun is coming out again. The days are getting longer. Yay! And you are blossoming. So March is going to be great. And then here we have the Three of Wands. Again, wands are fire, passion, action. Here she is on the beach. And this might even be related to travel, where you actually want to go to the beach. And maybe you are, in fact, a surfer. Who knows? But the Three of Wands is a bit of waiting for your ship to come in. You've put your ideas out there, right? You've put your order in with the universe of what you want to have happen. You know, I want an RV that I can live in full time, etc., etc. I may have done that and manifested it. Yes, you can too, right? What is your dream? You plant that at the beginning, on your birthday or any time in this period here. Plant the seeds. For you, September might be the best month for that. Plant the seeds of what you want ultimately the outcome to be, right? And then take the steps yourself to make the changes that you need to make in order to allow that to come to you. Because here we have in April is, you can see that it's coming. You can see it out there and you're just waiting for it to come in, but actively waiting, because it is a wand sign. I know it looks like she's just standing on the beach, but she's taking steps forward. She's going to go out there and meet it, go greet it and bring it in. She's seeing her destiny unfold, seeing her wishes manifest before her eyes. So that is going to be April. It sounds fascinating. So I don't know what exactly you're manifesting. It feels a little bit like travel or moving. It's essentially like just evolving into this whole new, much more mature, much more confident self. That's what it feels like. So now we're moving into May, June, and July. And here we're starting out with the Page of Pentacles. For me, Pentacles are messengers. They're also like that freshman college student. They know what they want, or they're eager to learn, but they're very naive and they have no experience and no knowledge in the area that they want to learn yet. Pentacles, again, and that is a big theme in your every quarter, you have Pentacles. It's a big theme for your year here. The Page of Pentacles, the Pentacles are essentially like the slow, it's an earth element. So it's very grounded. And that's where they tend to be a slower moving energy. Out of all of them, they are the slowest moving energy. Because things need time to grow. They just don't grow overnight or happen overnight, typically. So it's an evolution and it is a process, and it builds anticipation, but you also have to have patience throughout it. For this Page of Pentacles, it feels like what you planted here and you harvested here, but then you've replanted, or, like, what is it, a perennial? It's like you planted some perennials back here and now they're starting to come up again. And you're getting very confident and more confident about exactly what it is you want and exactly how you want to spend your time. But you still need to have a lot of learning and discovery to do on it. But you're feeling so much more grounded, so much more confident and calm about where you are. And I have Messenger coming through here too. So you may be getting information that you're waiting on. Maybe that's related to this thing that you want to manifest, the stream that you have. You may be getting some information on that, on how you can accomplish it. And maybe even a new source of funds in order to help make it happen or help take it to the next level. That feels right. And then we move on to the Four of Cups. Again, as I said, cups are about your emotions. And it's a water, right? Water element. So water is always flowing, moving. You can't stop it. Essentially, okay, technically, yes, there are plays you could try to stop it, but the tide will always roll in, right? And then roll out. There's a little bit of a moon feel here to this card for you. But all you need to stop focusing on your empty things, on the sense of lack that goes back to here. Just when you get into this mood and you're still working on it and you're still recognizing it and you are doing better, stop going, I wish I could have this or that. Your wishes are there. Somebody is offering you something here, and maybe that's what this messenger is. Somebody is making you an offer and giving you an opportunity, but you can't see it because you're so caught up in this other stuff that you're still hanging on to. And it might be these cups here. They are right next to each other. So there could be you're still hanging on to some stuff that happened in the past here. And you need to let that go and recognize this beautiful, beautiful offering that someone has for you. This beautiful opportunity that is there if you just let go of what's not working and let in something new. New things can be scary because it's not something we've ever experienced. You know how to work with what you have in front of you. This is something you'd have to learn about and discover, and you don't know how it's going to turn out. So this, again, these two are working together with that newness, right? That messenger and that student feeling too, where you have this opportunity if you just take the time to learn more about it. And then we come into July here, where, again, you're back with your friends, right? You guys it's a tight group of friends with very common interests. And you're celebrating because fours are a strong foundation. And again, it's the wands, it's that fire, it's that action, it's that passion, movement, creativity, So you may literally, maybe you do go out in the desert or out to the beach, camping on the beach with your friends and celebrating this last year about the successes you've had and the strong foundations that you have all built, all of you. So all of you involved in this are going through this, or some versions of it, or similar versions of it, and you're supporting each other and helping each other through it. It's such a strong bond that you guys have. And here you're celebrating how far you've come, the successes of your group as a whole. Very much that 11th house energy. Celebrating your success as a whole, as a group, the strong foundations you've built together, the strong friendships that you have, and that sense of community that you guys have built for yourselves. So this is it, feeling the freedom that that's giving you, that all this change has given you, and the evolution of it from your individualness into more of a community. And the person, the singular person you are within that community. You are one of the 4 posts, right? You are one of those people. You are one spoke of the foundation. One of the footings, right, that help hold it all together and support each other. It's solid. So that's what we got. For Leo, Sun, Libra Rising for the next year, you're going to be going through some stuff, but you know, or you have a feeling that that's coming up. And you are going to meet, or you have, or are part of a very strong group of people that can support each other and help each other through. And you need to recognize that. You're still kind of growing a little bit in this. You know on the surface that this is a solid group. You just have to trust yourself as part of this group. You have to recognize that, yes, you do indeed have a role to play here, a very key role to play. It's not just them supporting you. You also support them and help them. So this is a strong friendship, really strong community bonding year for you. Even as you're going through all of this stuff that feels a little bit chaotic at first, you land very solidly on your feet in a solid community where you just breed success for each other. And that's beautiful. I could keep going on and on, but I think I'm going to essentially be repeating myself with a lot of the same words. This is a strong foundation that you are building with a community like that ride or die type community. You have each other's backs. You don't have any secrets from each other. So you all know exactly who each of you are and how each of you react and act and how you can support each other. Not to enable them to stay where they're at, but enable them to grow and continue to build on this solid foundation that you all have created together. Okay. No, this time I'm stopping. If you like this, please hit the like button. If you'd like to be notified when I post more, please hit subscribe and notify. And thank you so much for watching. Happy birthday.